Hello, my dear friends. Um, Crypto has continued to be around the same price since my last video. I think it corrected 220 billion, and it's still 220 billion today, a couple of weeks later, or 1 week later. And Bitcoin is still at 8,200, Ethereum at 175, Bitcoin Cash at 220. It has been moving sideways. Um, but I did go ahead and bought Ethereum um, and executed basically my first step that was to be executed at the golden retrace around 7,500. But yeah, we went two times to 7,900 or so. And these steps, typically they won't be hit. They even will usually a price will stay just above your price target, and so your orders never get filled, or it shoots way below it and you regret having put your orders that high. um, but it's important for this for my investment plan to make sure that I buy at every step, even when it goes when it's not reaching fully that step, and it's a little bit higher. That's fine too. Most important is to execute the plan, and the first step, the golden retrace, was the place where I really wanted to correct mistakes of the past. And for me, that was not being invested in Ethereum. I'm only invested in Bitcoin Cash, and then a little bit of Obite, a little bit of Bismuth, so some small coins. But from the big coins, only Bitcoin Cash, and I really believed that Ethereum should be a part of my portfolio. So I did that. I bought around 8,000 Bitcoin Cash, about 170 for Ethereum. And so now my portfolio, it was 28% crypto, it's now 34% crypto here. And it's not just Bitcoin Cash, it's also Ethereum and a little bit of the other coins. I'm happy with that. If things go up from here, it's a low probability, but it is possible. Then, well, my plan is to once Ethereum pumps, which I expect to happen then within the first 2 years of the bull market, just like in last bull market, then I plan to diversify this Ethereum, likely into the cyber capital fund of Justin Bonds. That's in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I think that's very nice, because the problem with investing in different coins is it's all extra headaches. For example, storing the coins is a real problem securely. So I don't want like too many extra headaches. My plan is to diversify this Ethereum into probably that fund, so that I don't have to look after it. But I would only diversify it once Ethereum pumps. But that gives me a little diversification away from my main goal, which is to invest in Bitcoin Cash and to make it happen, Roger Ver style. Invest in a coin and then really build the economy around it by investing in companies that build something on top of the coin, by using the coin, by promoting the coin. I really like that strategy that he is doing, and basically remain invested. Now, I'm not gonna do his strategy of remaining invested forever. I am an investor, and I do enjoy very much trying to time cycle. So my plan is to sell a big piece of my Bitcoin Cash position on the next top. But that will only be in 2023, and in the meantime, only have to be bothered by being invested in Bitcoin Cash, and also try to build that economy. That's my plan. I don't want to do the same for Ethereum. I don't want to become part of that community and build that coin, but I do believe as an investor it's a very important coin to be invested in, simply because, well, digital markets and network markets very often end up with the winner takes all kind of a composition. Look at so many examples. But look at operating systems, social networks, even just online video like YouTube or Netflix. What you see very often is that the winner takes almost the whole market due to network effects and other effects such as economies of scale. And that can certainly happen in the cryptocurrency world too. Yes, it will be always a very diversified market. You will always have very lots of offerings, but over time, very likely it will consolidate like all industries, and the biggest one will take by far the largest piece of the market. Like the first one will take probably like 60% of the market. And so, and the second one will take maybe 20%, and the third one will take actually it could be even much worse than that. So in the long term, for the next 5 years, 10 years, I think it's possible that something like Ethereum really like ends up completely dominating the market. And if you don't have that in your portfolio, then you miss out for the most part on the gains that this industry will offer. But on the other hand, I also believe that a well managed fund or a well managed portfolio will be able to even outperform something like that, because while you take advantage of pumps and dumps, you use fundamental research, and you also invest in small projects that, of course, percentage wise can go up a lot more than something like Ethereum that's already a market leader. So that's why I think diversifying my Ethereum in the later stage into um, something like this cyber capital fund makes sense. So yeah, as you can see, I worked a little bit on the sheet and changed the looks of it. I hope it's more clear now. Next step is that we hopefully reach that 160 billion. That would be 55% undervaluation to the trend line, and we're now at 37%, so we are again at serious undervaluation. um, and I think it's time now today already to correct mistakes and to invest more in crypto. If you have invested way too little now, I think is the time, but don't go crazy on it just yet. If you look at the Kelly allocation recommendation, well, it's 34% full Kelly, huh? Half Kelly is a prudent way, 17%. But then, from a Trollo perspective, we are at serious undervaluation. You actually want to go already to a majority exposure. So I take the averages of that and I come to like 34%. I think is a very reasonable allocation target for today's crypto prices. Um, I think Bitcoin Core is not cheap at all. Like I don't invest in Bitcoin Core, and I don't recommend anyone to invest in it from all perspectives. This is not a good investment. Like it's not cheap, it's not being managed well, it's not gaining in adoption. It's really the only thing in crypto that really I believe it doesn't apply to it. Like okay, that's a personal opinion, but no, this is cheap. Ethereum 177, the top was 10 times or at least 8 times higher, 7 times higher. 1100 was the top, or Bitcoin Cash, the top was 10, no, 20 times higher. That's cheap. This not, the top was just double this. Um, Market dominance is very, very high for Bitcoin. It's the highest it's been in 2 years. That's not the case with Ethereum, and certainly not with Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is like 5 times lower in dominance than it's been only a year and a half ago. Ethereum also was double. So this is peaking out. This is bottoming out when it comes to market share. Um, that's important. But the next step I hope we reach that. I think there is a high probability for it to be reached, and my plan is then to go to 50% allocation, and my plan is to continue to invest in both Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash, but keep basically one fourth of my crypto portfolio into Ethereum, and the rest I will just be investing more and more in Bitcoin Cash. And everything, if everything works out, we do get a strong correction to not only testing the bottom at 100 billion, but even making a new bottom at 60 billion. Then I will go to a final 80% allocation, of which 60% will be Bitcoin Cash and 20% Ethereum. So I won't be investing in any other coins for the time being. Only at a later stage, when the bull market starts, I will diversify Ethereum probably in that fund, maybe diversify some Bitcoin Cash if it has gained a lot of market share and it's again booming. Then I might diversify some into smaller coins, but that remains to be seen though. I will have to see because I think that this will all take a lot of time. If this plays out, yes, it can happen over the next month, 2 months that we reach these prices, but it will shake out the market. It will shock the market, and it will be sideways after that for a long time, like 1 year or so, or 2 years, and so we'll have to see how these small coins respond, whether they survive the depression, because we haven't seen a crypto depression, but we will certainly see one if we reach a new bottom. After that, we will see a depression, and likely many smaller coins will not survive that. So it remains to be seen which ones will be able to survive. That's it. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.